Everyone, Dr. Sinicropi here. Potentially groundbreaking news this week came out. It's all over the media. Let's dissect it a bit. Now, the Alzheimer's drug from Eli Lili, Donanemab, was approved by the FDA. What's this all about? Now, there's this phase 3 clinical trial called Trailblazer, which is an Alzheimer's study. It looked at over 1,700 patients with early Alzheimer's disease in the age range of 60 to 85 years old. And what it found was approximately a 35% slowing of the decline in cognitive abilities, but also 40% less decline in activities of daily life. Remarkably, it showed an 84% reduction in amyloid plaques at 18 months versus a tiny 1% in people that had just placebo. Now, what were some of the side effects? Side effects showed some brain swelling, some micro hemorrhages. About 24% of the patients had it. It was not a devastating complication, but also not insignificant, and shows that all drugs indeed have risks. However, the results overall of this clinical study are quite significant. Now, let's talk about Alzheimer's disease in general and why this is so exciting. Alzheimer's disease is rapidly growing and it's devastating, and you guys have heard me talk about how much research is being done into how lifestyle is absolutely affecting the more rapid development of Alzheimer's disease, including sugar intake, other lifestyle things like not exercising. People are calling it type 3 diabetes. There is obviously a genetic component, a lot of it facilitated through something called ApoE4. That's for another video. But anyway, there's so much work being done on Alzheimer's disease, including changing in diet. You know, I've talked about photobiomodulation as far as stemming cognitive decline. But here are the staggering numbers on Alzheimer's disease. Right now, about 7 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's disease, but this is projected to grow to about 13.8 million by 2060. It's the 5th leading cause of death in people over the age of 65. Now, let's talk globally. You want to talk about an explosion. Over 55 million people in 2020 were living with dementia, and this is expected to double every 20 years, reaching 78 million in 2030 and 139 million by 2050. The increasing prevalence of these dementias, again, is multifactorial, but anything we can do to alleviate the suffering in dementia, both of the patient and the family, is going to be incredible. And drugs such as the one produced by Eli Lili and now FDA approved are part of the solution, but we have to continue to throw research dollars and we have to think out of the box. One of the things that I would just throw out there is we know how transcranial photobiomodulation works. Hopefully you guys have watched my podcast with Dr. Paolo Cassano out of Harvard, who is doing the work in addition to other institutions on transcranial light therapy and reducing cognitive decline in dementia. Now, we know that transcranial photobiomodulation can decrease the inflammatory response, improve blood flow and whatnot. And what did we find when using this Alzheimer's drug in this clinical trial? There was some inflammation, microhemorrhages, and other things. What about combining these options together? One is completely non-invasive, just shining light on the head, essentially. What if that could decrease some of the symptoms that we see with these new drugs, but not only decrease the symptoms, but also potentially improve the cognitive decline further? These are the things we need to be exploring. Could not be more excited about what's coming down in the future in the treatment of Alzheimer's disease, cognitive decline in general, and so many other brain and psychiatric disorders. Until next time, hopefully this video was of some value to you. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you on the next video.